So, Hidey ho, guys. I thought I'd give you a quick tour of our school bus that we bought. So, meet Finley the Wonder Bus. He's a International 3800 with an Amtran school bus on top of him. He has a DT 466 engine. That's 466 cubic inches diesel, turbocharged diesel. He's 27 feet 9 inches from bumper to bumper. Was originally, I think, rated for 66 passengers. That seems a little low to me. The school district originally numbered him 9947. He was built in 1999. We're going to renumber it to 7 because, well, that's the number of the man upstairs. Needs new shoes. They're not in the greatest of shape, but we knew that going in and figured we could afford them when the time came before we hit the road. So that's a good thing. Let's see if I can get down here. Battery box. It does have new batteries. And starts and runs great, as you heard. We had 2 inches of rain yesterday, so bear with me. I'm old, I can't crawl so good. When we originally inspected him, there's no rust underneath. I mean, it's in really good shape. They're just a couple tiny dings on the back corner. I'll show them to you. Right here. Sorry for the shaky camera. I'm really camera poor right now. Maybe some year I can fix that. We've got some pretty bad rust here on the back door, and I don't know, maybe I'll find some way to replace the door or fix that. Any suggestions you might have, let me know. We do have just one small storage compartment on this side, and the lock's rusted, the latch is rusted shut, so I'm gonna have to cut that loose. I did find replacements on Amazon for these, so that'll be all right. Back tires need to be replaced as well, all 6, all the way around. These aren't too bad. I mean, they pass a pre-trip inspection, but they're not great either. He has air brakes and an air seat. Go up through my messy garden here. Is missing one hinge socket, I guess you'd call it, on the door, but we're going to make this into a single door somehow. I don't know. A lot of them have a lot wider space here, and I'm still trying to figure out how I'm going to fit a lock right in here. We'll see. Okay, it's messy in here because I've been working. I have gotten a lot of the demo done. Like I say, he does have an air seat. I think we can get that reupholstered pretty inexpensively. Got quite a few miles on him, 247,000. He's not flat nose with big storage underneath, so I don't think he's a what you'd call a trip or event bus. A little dirty. Let me see, the hours, 13,716. You know, the big flat nose buses with the storage underneath, they would take the football team to the game. The driver has to wait the bus, so the bus sits idling so the driver can stay warm the whole dang time. Got all the buttons and stuff. I got to redo a bunch of that, of course. It does have, like I said, air brakes and air ride in the rear. I've done an awful lot of the demolition work already. All the seats are out. I put them out on the street corner and put a big sign on them that said free, and they disappeared in 2 days. I've pulled all the ceiling. There were, let's see if I can grab one here. I need to come out and sweep the whole thing. There were, I don't know, I didn't count them all. I counted one row and did some math, and I think I calculated 960 of these screws holding the ceiling metal up. And me and my impact driver over there had a great fun time. Almost all the flooring's out. As you can see, there is a lot of rust in here. Because there's none underneath, and the bus came originally from Kentucky, I think probably what happened is the driver for a long time used what I call the bucket and squeegee method to mop the bus out, where you throw a bucket of water out on the floor and swish it around with a broom and then try to squeegee what you can out the back door. I found somebody on a Facebook group told me that to get the screws out of the ceiling and such, the best option is see if I can get it in frame here, Robertson bit, a square-headed bit like that. I don't know if you can see that. And it worked really well, let me tell you. If you buy a Phillips head bit and try it on these screws, they're put in by an air impact driver originally, I think, and they were in. And it took me forever to get the ceilings down. And if the bit got worn even slightly, it would start stripping out screws. And then the heads of the screws had to be ground off with my angle grinder. That's not cool. I know we have a couple of leaks along the windows. I think there's one up there too. Not bad. And I've had this window out anyhow, so the seal was broken on it. I got butyl tape yesterday. The big brown truck brought it. There are, I counted 6 holes in the floor. But I think I figured out how to patch all those pretty well. There was a metal trim that ran all the way down along here. Let me go back up front and show you. Okay, just like this. Up to this messy corner here. On the 2 sides was rubber flooring like this, and then down the center was more of this stuff. And there was metal trim just like this that ran the whole length all the way down. And the screws that held that trim in are completely rusted into the metal floor of the bus, and the heads are shot, and there was no way they were coming out, so I had to pry that metal trim up by hammering a screwdriver underneath it, each little section, and prying on it until it popped loose. So now I got to take an angle grinder, see if I can get close up to one of them for you, and grind all these little screws off before I can start coming back in and doing flooring. We're going to pull one of the bus heaters out, keep it for parts, and the other one is going to go further back under where the bed will eventually be. So stay tuned for that later. Tomorrow I'm going to start trying to get these panels off, and I'll do a video for you. It'll be a fun chore. This metal goes up. Let me show you where I got it out already. The metal goes up under this lip in the window. So the windows have to come out, and then it's spot welded along here, underneath here. About every 2 or 3 inches, all the way down. So I have to take an angle grinder and cut it off underneath this lip. And I tried leaving a window in, and I got into this window just a tiny bit. It's not a big deal because, you know, I'm going to cover it with wood trim anyway. But there is fiberglass insulation under here, and you can see it's been molding. It needs to come out. We're going to re-insulate everything. I got to scrape all this loose stuff off. It was glued up here with, spray adhesive probably. And then we're going to put foam insulation in. We're going to use foam board. I can't afford spray foam. There is one bad spot back here. This is the strobe light above here, and I can even see daylight. And there was a puddle here this morning. Sorry for the quick camera movement there. But I got to take this all loose up top and climb on the roof and reseal it. Because there's quite a bit of rust here. And I've got a brush that goes on the angle grinder, spins around, and I'm going to take all the loose rust off of here and then go over the entire floor. I got a gallon of Cora-Seal rust converter yesterday in FedEx guy brought that. And we got all the loose stuff off, and then put the Cora-Seal down, paint it, and then we can start building. I've got a window air conditioner temporarily installed here in one of the emergency windows, and it does pretty good. It's not great because, well, it is a tin can with no insulation right now. So, hope you enjoyed it. It's a mess right now. I've got both of the bottoms of the escape hatches down, and this over here was the cover for all the air mechanism that works the door, and I think I'm going to pull all that because we're going to have one swinging door with a lock on it. So we'll see how that goes. Anyhow, hit the upvote button for me and follow if you're over on YouTube, because I'll post this as a afterthought over there. Do the like and bell and subscribe and all that crap, and we'll take a journey together. So see you next time, and we'll get through this.